Well, that was bound to happen. Despite launching as a glorified proof of concept with next to nothing new innovation-wise, Friday Night Funkin' had enough charisma and charm to catapult into indie stardom, almost instantly capturing the imagination of artists, modders, and people who consider a silhouette an OC. So it should come as no surprise that the developers have decided to capitalize on that success by turning to crowdfunding to make a full-fledged version of the game. Saying the Kickstarter was successful is an understatement. On top of reaching their initial goal of $60,000 in just a handful of hours, as of the time of recording this video, it's sitting at almost $1 million, roughly 16 times its goal, with 28 days to go. With all of the stretch goals the developers are now tasked with delivering, they certainly have their work cut out for them. And hopefully this money up front approach doesn't deter them from being motivated to work on the game as we've seen with other titles. Friday Night Funkin's full game counterpart will differ in some big ways from its free predecessor. Since tons of the stretch goals have been reached, there's going to be 60 more songs, new cutscenes, multiplayer, and new playable characters, many of which will probably be cringy OCs self-inserted into the game by people who bought one of the higher tiers fast as they could. There's even a PS1 port planned, and should the game get a high enough backing, a full-on anime-inspired cutscene for one of the levels as well. But the new feature I'm most excited for is this. As you might have seen in my own Friday Night Funkin' review already if you're liked and subscribed, the biggest issue I had with it was that at the end of the day, as spunky, fluid, and cute as it is, it doesn't deviate in any substantial way gameplay-wise from other rhythm games. With the promise of new gameplay features, we'll finally get the chance to see levels have big shakeups. Maybe this duet battle against Mom and Dad, for example, will force you to anticipate oncoming arrows from two sides of the screen to mirror the idea of battling two people at once. We don't know what exactly they'll do, of course, but it's fun to speculate. There's another change coming to this game that, while small, still has me very excited, but first, let me just say this. It's endlessly refreshing to see Friday Night Funkin' taking over the world like it currently is right after Flash was laid to rest. With its endless success ongoing for months now, I'm holding out hope that Newgrounds will steadily find new and surprising ways to stay relevant. I love indie games, Steam, and the App Store, but none of them are perfect substitutes for how accessible and approachable the Flash scene was. During my talks with Brad Bourne, he explained to me that GameStop's acquisition of Congregate made his games a lot harder to find on the website, and as such, I don't really trust realtors or most organizations in general to handle upcoming developers. Newgrounds itself refilling that role would be great, to say the least. To cap this off, let me return to my previous thought regarding the other change I was excited for. According to the Kickstarter page, Friday Night Funkin's developers plan on cleaning up the UI. Let me explain why this is great. When developers really hone in on the small things like UI, voice work, and sound effects, it's indicative to me that they care very much about putting out a polished and refined product that doesn't skimp on any detail. I'm sure they'll find a nice middle ground between keeping the freeform Flash look of the original and tightening up the menus to look more professional. Here's a video I did on stagger mechanics in video games. It's a cliche thing to say, I know, but a like and subscription would go a long way in helping the channel, so please do so if you enjoyed what you saw today. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Left.